Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Musings by Nikki. I am here today with a labor of love, a long-awaited, almost I want to say much overdue, but I've just had to go at my own pace as of late, guys. But they are here. They are completed. These are my Storybook Woods journals, and there are, as you can see, 3 of them, and they are, as you can see, very different. On the outside, the insides of them are, they're all made with my Storybook Woods kit. They are all similar, but just kind of slightly different, some differences and stuff. So some of them are like, this one is kind of the flagship. It's like uber embellished, and it has my wood cover that I made my Wildwood Wonder books with, only it's got this, well, it's right down there, hiding down there. You can't see it hardly, but there's a big clunky tassel, and there's some really cool trims on the spine of this one. So anyway, I'm not going to talk that much on the front end because boy have we got a lot to flip through. So go, you know what, if you need to, go pause this, go get yourself a cup of coffee or tea, a little snacky, you know, bowl popcorn. I don't know, we might be here for a minute. I'm gonna flip through them. Once we go through the first one, then the other 2 won't, you know, take maybe nearly as much time, hopefully, because there's a lot of similarities, but like I said, similarities, differences. Oh, making sure I got my note about my pages. One I will say up front, that one of these is a custom order, and this is kind of born out of 2 things. First of all, a custom order request for a Storybook Woods journal, and secondly, I had asked you guys a while ago what you'd like to see me craft next, and several of you said the Storybook Woods, so it was kind of born out of that. So one of these, and we don't know which one, will be a custom urner. My mouth's already messing up, guys. This could be a long video. One of them will be a custom journal. I'm going to let her watch this video and pick which one she wants, since this was kind of her baby to begin with. And then the other 2 will go up for sale in my shop. She does have a very busy life. She works in a hospital. So big ups to our healthcare professionals. God knows I love mine and need them. But so she is busy, and so hopefully she'll have a chance to watch this in the next few days. I'm hoping to list the other 2, whichever 2 she doesn't pick. I'm hoping to list them by 10 a.m. on Thursday. If that's any different, I will put it in the description box below, and I'll leave an Etsy announcement or something as well if that changes. Otherwise, I'm going to say 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on Thursday is when the other 2 will go in my shop. So without further ado, let's just well, let's, you know what, let's go with the big guy first. Let's just push these 2 up here, just out of view, and let's go with this. Oh, there we go. There's the big chunky tassel. So this guy is a whopper. It is 148 pages, but man, they are some chunky full pages, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5. It has a massive 3-inch spine with a bunch of textured trims, layers of trims. It's got this gold ribbon, and then it's got some green ribbon, and then it's got some red ribbon, and then it's got this wonderful upholstery trim. So the feel of this is, you know, just fantastic. It's got this big knotty wood on the front and just wood on the back. It is covered with Mod Podge, so you know it'll withstand kind of your hand oils and stuff. Oh, and I see that my tassel fell off. So I'm working on making sure that the tassel is, this was just kind of my my interim bulb pin to put it on with. It'll be more secure, but I want to make it removable, and so I had put this wire, anyway, I'd put this wire, it'll be removable probably with the bulb pin, but I need to fasten it better. Anyway, so, and then that goes on this little hook right here. All right, in this tassel is all kinds of goodness. So like I said, these are Storybook Woods themes. Of course, I'm gonna get my throat tickle thing going right now, so hold on, let me take a sip. Storybook Woods themes. So, but it's not any one specific storybook or fairy tale. It's just kind of like that general fairies, princess and prince, and happily ever after, and unicorn, magical kind of mushrooms and woods type of thing, right? So it's like Wildwood Wonder Kit meets some kind of miscellaneous fairy tale-y stuff. So in this tassel there are some mushrooms. There's a little mushroom guy there. This is a little unicorn charm, some leaves and beads. There's a little fairy, lots of beads, more of the mushrooms. There's a key. There's a little tag that says, a little Tim Holtz that says believe. There are a couple of butterflies. There's this really cool owl, because I love owls, and a little tree with a little kitten below it. And there is this really cool like old lantern. And there is a little jar of fairy dust. Can you see? It's twinkly, but of course it won't pick up on camera. There is this little bag of gems and baubles. There are a couple of big leaves tied in there. Yeah, so anyway, lots of beads, and oh, I love that. I love the clinkly clinkly. So this big guy, this wonderful big tassel attaches. I'm not going to put it back on right now. I'll do the work on that and finish it. So it is 5 signatures. Like I said, a big, huge, chunky. I'm pretty sure that's 3 inches. Let me just double check because my ruler's right here. Oh, it's like 2 3/4. It's huge. Okay, let's take a look inside. It's got fabric right around the edge. Fabric. Okay. So here we go. These are the pages from my kit. So Storybook Woods kit. Here in the front is this big pocket, and in the pocket are a couple of Hermelinda tags like this. That one's the same. Then tucked behind this belly band is one of the Storybook Woods. These are the little books covers that come with the kit. And then this is one of my satchels that's in my shop as well, and it has invitations to the Royal Ball. So like this is the little footman that was out delivering the Royal Ball invitations, you know. Somehow we ended up with his satchel. And that is tucked in behind. And this is the beginning of the first signature. There's lots of collaging. These are full of collages, and some of the leaves, as you can see there, have some sparkle to them, which just makes it kind of extra magical. If you watched any of my videos on when I was working on process, these are really heavily inked, a lot of the pages with some stenciling and stuff. Lots of sewing. This little paper clip comes off the side here. This opens up, and you can journal under there, and then this opens up here and it flips out this way, so there's journaling space underneath there and there as well, and then that all closes up and the paper clip goes back on. This is like golden, sparkly golden hair. This is some vellum with tree printing on it. This is a double pocket with one of the tags from the kit. This is just part of the kit, and then behind it I had a couple of old fairy tale books, vintage fairy tale books, and so I've used some of those to just make big journaling cards. And then there are pages like this in there as well. This is Thumbelina, and here's a little Tim Holtz girl with some butterfly wings that have glossy accents on them, and some collaging over here. And then this you're going to see a bunch in the kit as well, and this is moss, and you can actually feel it because, you know, I love my dimensional stuff. So, but it's attached on there really good. That took me a minute to figure out how to do that. And then in on the ties in the middle, there are just some beads and a little leaf, and there are several of those. Let's see if I can show you hanging off. There we go. The middle of every signature. This is a big pocket. I didn't put anything in because it was becoming way too chunky. Here is a double pocket with a little fairy card, and because it's Storybook Woods, I've put some you know, book library cards that I've just collaged and altered. It says Enchanted, and there's some more moss on there, and then some more big leaves sewn on. And I just wanted them to hang out the side and be fluffy and, you know, textural. I love textural. So this is the end of the first signature, beginning of the second. Once upon a time. Some tea stain paper with some cool designs on it. I love how vibrant. So this is the only kit that I printed on matte photo paper, so it has these really vibrant hues and colors in it. The other two will be more subdued because I printed those on coffee stain paper, which I also really like that feel. This I fussy cut out this image here from my kit, and then down here I have this little fairy flip up, and there are papers to journal on in here, right? So you have a little hidden journaling space, and then this winds back around here. More collaging. There are some of these masking paper with some lines on it. This is the center of the signature. Some fussy cut, or it's not fussy cuts, those are die cuts. Here is another big lovely page, and in these two pockets here there are some little mini books that you can journal in. And here's the other one. And then I've gone around and did some can you kind of see it catches this the light a little bit, but where you can see the little lights there, that it's sparkly, to, you know, just kind of be extra whimsical. I've sewn some leaf trim on, and here's a tab with some more leaves and some sewing. It's a little pocket collage here, vellum, and one of the tall tags from the kit that says they ran deeper into the enchanted woods, and then that slides back behind there. Another page from the kit. I love this frog. Some sari silk. This is some more vellum that I printed with some just kind of dark green images. Another page from the kit. Some mushrooms. I have a lot. Man, I fussy cut mushrooms for days while I was making these. Lots of little collages and clusters. These are all pockets. So these I used my new file folders printables, and I cut them in half and just made them into little pockets and collaged on them. And then there are two little tags in there. These are Jibbid, I believe it's Jibbid's. Yes, I believe it's Jibbid's. She has a printable with some of her wonderful eco dyes, so that's what those are made out of, and I think there's some of that in other places in here too. This is some collaging on top of, this is a notebook then behind here. So lots of extra journaling space in there, and then in the back there's just some journaling space. So that closes and you can see all the ripped edges there. And then some more of that really textural, cool upholstery trim. This is a piece of wonderful sari silk trim from Dust Fairies. My friend Safia, hi, at Dust Fairies, and this is lovely, and I only have like a chunk this big, so I've been using it very sparingly. But I did put a free printable of this on my on my Facebook page too. Then I put a crown on top of this book page from an old storybook, and that slides right in there. And then this pulls out, and this is a file folder that you can journal on. And then this is the center of the signature, and those flip out, and they're two long, tall, skinny pockets, and they have this skinny little golden journal card, and then this one says once upon a time in a land far away, and this one says and they lived happily ever after. So that's the center. Here are some sewn with some golds. There's some sewn journaling lines, an image from the kit. All of the images like this in the clusters have been highlighted, which of course you probably can't see much, but some of the images have been highlighted. There's some little rhinestones on things. This says happily ever after, and then it's got a magnet up here and it pulls down, and there is some layering and clustering, and one of the big giant tags from the kit is stuck in there, and then it goes back up, and there's just a magnet hidden up underneath behind here, so it stays closed. This, owls are my jam, so here's this gorgeous owl from the kit. I fussy cut or ripped around him out of the image, and then he's on this kind of fold out, and then you just tie it back shut. And behind him is a pocket as well. So back up here with just some more collaging and some writing area. Some more collaging and clusters up here as well. More masking paper. Another page from the kit, more vellum. Another image from the kit. I mean, the feel of the matte photo paper is even really cool. It's just very smooth. This is a big cluster that says Prince on it and has a crown, and the crown has little rhinestones. So, like, there's just a lot of detail. Can you see them? Yeah. There's a lot of detail in these books. That's probably why it was taking me so forever long. And then here's Princess, and she's got some rhinestones on her crown too. This may be their castle. Some more wonderful vellum that I printed. This is one of the, this is from a princess book, I think. Rosalinda of the Red Ruby Ring. It has multiple princess stories in it. So there are some pages of that through here as well. Here's a big cluster that I did down here. The clusters just have tons of layers to them. Nice big pocket with one of the tags from the kit. You can put other stuff in there. A shiny butterfly. It's fussy cut. And then this is this lovely red paper that has gold embossing on it. This is a little pocket with two tags in there. It's another flip out and another long skinny vellum pocket, and it says the handsome prince and the brave princess. I liked the brave princess because, there we go, because princesses don't always have to be the beautiful ones, right? They can also be brave and do other wonderful things. This is a fold out here. You can journal, and then it just goes back in. Jack and the Beanstalk, and there's some trim. It's the beanstalk. Oh. Here's one of the big envelopes from the kit. And inside there is a journaling card that I have made out of a big index card and some fairy images. That is from another kit, it's from a fairy kit that I have had for a very long time. Couldn't even tell you whose it is. If it's yours and you're watching, I'm sorry, I didn't remember. Here's some more of that princess storybook. More of the leaves. They have very autumny feel, and part of that was because autumn is my favorite, but also because I think it just lends kind of a more magical feel. Here's another cluster with some rhinestones on the crown and some lurex sari silk sewn on there. There. Beautiful, bright, vivid images. Here's some more. It says, "Young ladies don't slay dragons." Oh, haha, yes they do. Here are a couple of just big tags. Gibbet, this is a tuck spot from the kit. This says whimsical, and there's a butterfly, has some sparkles on it. Oh, no, it's really hard to catch all of the, it's hard to show you. Anyway, the butterfly, I've done some outlining with a sparkly pen, just very, very fine sparkles. And then some mushrooms in one of my labels. And then this folds out for journaling space. And this is a big belly band here, and behind that there is a storybook page card. More vellum. There is this, I layered these, I cut them out and layered them on top of some muslin that I've ripped up, and it said, "There lived a beautiful princess." And that crown has some baubles. The words are kind of glittery too. It says "Happily Ever After." And then there's this long ribbon banner hanging off this page. This is a pocket right here behind this lace, but this whole thing is also a flip up to reveal some journaling space. A little mushroom I fussy cut there. A couple of more clusters with some of my tags. Here is a big collage down here on the corner of this page. It says "forest," and I've got some mushrooms hanging out in there and some butterflies, and another envelope behind it, and that has another fairy card that you could journal on. There. That's behind there. Some little mushrooms and moss. Here is a layered pocket. So in here is library card in the lower pocket, and then in the back pocket is one of the big tags from the kit. I've done some outlining and some highlighting with some shiny pens. And behind here it says "Once Upon a Time." More vellum with leaves on it. It's a short little page. Some of this gorgeous trim. This is a belly band with some bright shiny gold eyelash behind it. The big tag. On the back side, there's another little cluster. This is the end. And there's my maker's mark, and then at the back there's a big double pocket here. This tag swings around on a brad, and in the first pocket there is a tag with a butterfly and one of the tags from the kit, and they go behind that first pocket, and in the second pocket is just this big journaling card, and that goes in there. So that is this first one. Okay guys, we made it through the first one. Let's put her away. Then we'll do this one next, because the other one is just slightly different. So this one, now the camera is not picking up the gorgeousness of this. Well, there, kind of. It's like this deep, there, like that, blood red, very scarlet, deep scarlet. That sounds better than blood, doesn't it? Deep scarlet red. Sorry guys, I'm like messing with my drink over here quick. It is a deep scarlet red. There are little book corners on the corners here. And on the corners here, and then there are these metal. These are metal. And then I painted a frame and backed it with book page, storybook page, and then it has this lovely, I got this at Hobby Lobby, and so the butterfly, see that, how it sticks off the page, it's dimensional. Yeah, there you go, see how it sticks off? Anyway, it's beautiful, it's a beautiful little charm there. Anyway, it's this gorgeous red, and it kind of shifts a little bit like that as you move it. It is, it's an old curtain that I turned into book cloth and used to cover this because I saw it and I was like, oh, you guys, that reminds me of just like a classic storybook cover, right? And then the closure is this big fluffy ivory sari silk, and it's a hitch post. So there is, it's tied like this, and you just push it over the hitch post. Does that make sense? And it's attached on the back through a little eyelet. So you can untie it and retie it, you know, to make more room if you want to. But she's already kind of a chunky monkey. Look at that. So this one, once you let her go, she just like, whoo, gotta breathe. This one is 132 pages, and it's 6 by 9.5. And I think it's like a 1.5 inch spine. So this one I used a repurposed book cover for this one. So here we go. Ooh, shiny. The end papers are this gorgeous gold embossed floral paper. Love it. All right, so without further ado, let's rip through this one, huh? Right up front, there is a belly band, some leaves, and then this little booklet here that says Once Upon a Time, and there's an owl and some leaves right on the front, and those are on the tie. And then it's just a notebook. There's paper inside here that you can write on. And that tucks right back behind. There. So, page 1. Here are some envelopes that I altered. There's some moss down here, butterfly cheesecloth. And then inside is just another tag with, made with Jibbitz Eco Dye Kit. Oh my gosh, come on now, work with me. This is some more vellum that I've printed with wood, and then I've just put some shiny gold washi on the edge. More collaging here. Each of them is just really layered up with die cuts and trims. This is some Gail Agostinelli printable that I turned into stickers, book pages, handmade paper, and then some of the words from my kit. This is a pocket that I made, ripping out some of one of the pages of my kit and layered up some fussy cuts on it. And then there's just a long skinny tag. This one says The Patchwork Princess, so I layered up some little offcuts of ribbon trim. On the back is a pocket with another tag. There's a tab here. This is another belly band that I made with some cheesecloth and all kinds of cluster and a big leaf on the end. And behind it was a book page from the Princess book. This guy and his horse, and they're staking out what's ever happening over here. And there's journaling space on the back. Some more printed vellum. Big mushrooms and butterflies. There's lots of mushrooms and butterflies all the way throughout these, you guys. More mushrooms and butterflies. Like I said, I fussy cut a ton of mushrooms. There's the Prince one with another little crown with the baubles. little gems on it. Some more collaging here. Oops, did I skipped a page? So you can see how the images aren't as vibrant, but I kind of love how they go on copy stained paper too. So can't decide which one I love more. Here's one of the pages from that princess book. You can actually like read the whole story here. It's not cut off. It's kind of cute. This I fussy cut out from one of my pages, and then this is a little mini notebook here. More. That one's got some lyric sari silk, some copy stained papers, and a crown with a little gem on it. More of those gorgeous leaves. This one has just kind of a shimmer to it. This is a pocket with coffee. Oh gosh, and then another. This is from Fee Fi Fo Fum, Jack and the Beanstalk, right? Then this is the beginning of the second signature. There are 3 signatures in this one. I forgot to mention. This is a big pocket that I made kind of a fold-out journaling card from some of Jibid's paper. And then this I fussy cut out of my kit, and there's some moss down here. It has one of the book pages on it, and then this one says the handsome prince and the brave princess. Here are a couple of tall skinny pockets, and so they have just the little books. Those ones I haven't put any papers in. And then here's the mini file folders from my grungy set, and one of the little oval embellishments, and I've done some shiny on that. And then this is just another book here. And then this is all just like this gold sewing with gold thread. So all through the last one too, I don't remember if I showed you or not, but it's a lot of the sewing, most of the sewing is done with gold thread. Just adds kind of an extra element of shininess. Here's some sari silk layering and a butterfly, some more mushrooms and moss and cheesecloth. Some more collaging. This is a big bag with some die cut and the negative die cut, and I sewed around it a bunch. And there is a big tag in here made from Storybook pages. I stenciled wood onto it. Then this is a flip out right here, so there's journaling back here, some of that gold washi, and then this is one of those Tim Holtz pockets, and it's just got one of my labels, a little tag, a bigger tag, and a little piece of journaling card with some butterfly washi on there. So and this paper is like fantastic. It's gold. Can you see? Kind of I have to hold things just at the right angle so you can see. It's got this beautiful gold printing, but it's like handmade paper, so it's thick. Oh, it just has great hand feel to it. This is some more Lurex sari silk right there. Look at that. Here it doesn't even look like anything, but then we do this, it comes alive, so you guys can see what I'm seeing. All the yumminess of that. With some butterfly and some, look at, I'm going to cut that off right now. Sari silk is constantly shedding. Anyway, this flips open right there, and then this is some trim, beautiful lace trim, and in the pocket is a big tag and one of the skinny tags, and that's on the back of some Storybook page. That says happily ever after. Some more of that masking paper that I just tore the edges of. Then here is some more of the printed vellum that I made. Pages from the kit. Another cluster. This one says princess, and it's got some gold glitter paper there, some sparkly, ooh, pretty. This is some of Gail's trims. she's got all these like trim kits in her shop. Anyway, that's one of those. There's some just butterflies in the center of the signature. This book doesn't have any dangles on the signatures. The other two do, but this one doesn't have any dangles. They're just plain tied, because I was kind of just going for this clean look on the outside. So there, that's my thought behind this one. It's another cluster and clusters. More of that gorgeous handmade paper there. Vellum. Some of the masking paper with die cuts on it. This is the Book of Fairy Tales. Another really pocket with that pretty lace on the front. This one says Once Upon a Time in a Land Far Away. Little half page here. Then there is this big tag, and it has collaging and some moss down here, and then it has a library card that pulls out. And I've done some collaging on top with sari silk and trim and a butterfly. And that goes back up here. Goodness, that paper clip just has some ribbon for extra fluff on the outside edges. Here is some more sari silk with lurex. Look at, there we go. There we go. And you can see the bling on the crown. See that? Some more pretty, these are sparkly leaves. Oh guys, I think the reason I loved making these and I just couldn't stop adding stuff is because I love texture so much, and like I love all the depth of different visually stimulating things, all the fluffy edges on things, this moss that you can touch that feels cool. Yeah, layering, I love it all. Here we go, some more of that. Sari silk and this really cool trim. I went through probably 100 yards of this trim making these books. And like even this stitching right here, it's zigzagging, but it's the gold, which of course I can't, there we go. Gold thread, which just is pretty. It catches the light with just a little bit of a shimmer. Oops. Here are some more of those skinny pockets with the same thing, two of the storybooks, a little mini file folder from my kit, and then a little round embellishment, or oval, that's oval. This is some more, I've done some sari silk up the side and of this tuck spot, and in there is one of my grungy file folders that I printed some leaf paper on the back, and then another tag made from the storybook pages. And even the page behind it has this really cool, see that shimmery, these paisleys are kind of shimmery and have some gold glitter in them. This says Fairy Tale, and it's got some mushrooms and leaves, and then this gorgeous castle image in the back with some more leaves. Some paper ribbon, more collaging. This one says Adventure. This little half page here has a pocket from one of the tags that I made out of the kit, and then I cut the word Fairy Tales off from the book and made that into a, it had this really nice thick paper. This is really nice thick paper, so it made great cards and stuff. I crinkled up and glued on some paper here on the back side of it for journaling. And then this is a kind of a waterfall journaling notebook here. And behind it all there is journaling space as well, a butterfly and some more trim up the side. So this is kind of layered here. And then this one opens and there's journaling space back there and a page from the kit. This says Storybook, and it's got some mushrooms and some trims behind it. This little smaller page here has one of the envelopes, and it's actually sewn on and it flips open. Behind here is a little mini notebook that you can write on, and then it's got journaling space, and in the pocket is a card that I made from this might be Gail. Yes, I think this is Gail. I have some of the eco dye from Jibbid, and I have Gail's like doily coffee stained. So That's what that is, I think. And then here is some fussy cut mushrooms. All the mushrooms that I fussy cut came from Tracy Fox's different vintage mushroom cards and mushroom fussy cut page. So I did a lot of fussy cutting. And then here's the flap of that envelope, and it just opens. Oh, come on. More collaging with one of my labels. This one says, there lived a beautiful princess and there lived a handsome prince. And those are sparkly letters. Those came out of a paper pad that I used. Another sip. Thank you for bearing with me, guys, and my tickled throat. Just some Sorry Silk clustered with sewing. Washi along the edge of these papers. This is another altered envelope that's just got, this is gold trim, some mushrooms and stuff, and then it has another one, a couple of the, so there we go, there's the difference. That's Gail's coffee staining, and this is Jibbit's Eco Dye. And that hangs out. And this is what I meant by all the heavy inking, and it's hard to see on camera, but I inked around all these things with like several colors. So that itself took a long time. Here's some more collaging and pages from the storybooks. This is another flip out right here, and on this page, out of a library card, one of the library cards, I made a pocket. And so it has this long tag as one of the pages from the storybook. And this says, and they lived happily ever after. That's from the kit. This says whimsical. It has a bunch of layering. Here's another big collage that's been sewn around with all these leaves behind it. And a lot of times the leaves are kind of free. So, you know, you can fluff them around with your fingers. It's a big side tuck and one of the tags from the kit. And there is the end. Another big cluster down on the bottom here that is layered up on top of a pocket. And in the pocket is an envelope that has nothing in it. You can put whatever you want in there. And then one of the tags from the kit as well. And then this gorgeous, oh, I forgot to put my maker mark. Well, my maker mark will be here. And then this gorgeous shiny gold paper again. So there we go. That's number 2. I'm calling this one like the classical red cover, because I think this reminds me of just like a real classical looking storybook, right? Like when you were a kid, wouldn't you love to hold one of these, something like this, because you just knew there was going to be something awesome inside of that? Yeah. All right. Then, last but not least, I'm calling this one the green storybook. It has, I think, like a 1.5, 1 3/4 inch spine. It's covered with this really cool fabric I've used a couple different times. I just love it. It's like a faux batik fabric, and it just has these wonderful vines and kind of different layers of hues and colors. I love, love, love it. It just speaks woods to me. This one is 3 signatures. It is a hollow back spine. It looks like that right now because I haven't popped the pages back in. It has danglies on the bottom here. I always struggle with how to show you guys these. So on the center of each signature there are beads, and these little cute little, whoops, I'm gonna smack my camera trying to show you, these cute little adorable mini mushrooms. Aren't they so cute? Oh my gosh. Anyway, on the front, this is some more of that gorgeous sari trim, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is all, yeah, there we go, sewn with gold thread, so it just shimmers. It's just beautiful. And then I put sewed some green vine trim, of course, on there, and down here I collaged with some, oh, it's got book cover corners on it too, I forgot to tell you that, cheesecloth butterfly with and the mushrooms have glossy accents on them, and some die cut, and some sari silk. And then this is a really cool unicorn, metal unicorn, and that's what the tie is sewn on, or not sewn on, but the tie goes through that, and it's actually attached to that. So the tie, like so, right, attached through this unicorn charm, like that. All right, and this is just seam binding, gorgeous kind of maroon color, and then some green that I dyed myself because I wanted that color to match this. All right, guys, so let's go inside this one. Now this one's a little bit different. It's not quite as heavily embellished, but it has, can you see all these little tabs here? So they say chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, that one says chapter 5. So it goes, they're kind of spaced throughout like this, and it goes chapter 1 through chapter 12, just kind of like in that storybook theme, right? Like the chapters of a book. So it's not, this one isn't quite as heavily embellished. It maybe has a little bit more space if you want to really journal in it a lot. It maybe has just a little bit more space for actual journaling, but it still has a lot of the clusters and a lot of the fussy cut mushrooms and stuff. On the front is this bag that I clustered and layered, and it has a big tag in front that has fussy cut mushrooms and a butterfly. It says the fairy godmother, and then it's got some journaling space on the back, and that goes inside the bag. And behind the bag is a page, another tag with a page from a storybook with this gorgeous picture of a traveler and a house up on the hill. All right, so chapter 1. Same kit. I still used a lot of the same techniques that I did on the other ones. There's just going to be a little bit more of the like same kind of clustering, same stuff. Like I said, it's just not quite as heavily embellished. Put a crown up here. Here's a page from that storybook. Big mushroom fussy cut. Chapter 2. This has a pocket here, so there are some of those royal ball invitations. You can use those as journaling cards. And then there are a couple of my grungy file holders in here as well. Fussy cut mushrooms. Here's a pocket over the storybook page. It has one of the tags from the kit. Here is a double pocket with some sewing, and I sewed around this vellum that I printed with leaves and some little fussy cut mushrooms, and a butterfly, and it's got kind of a dual compartment for the tall tags in here. And then a lot of the just layering on the edges. This is some fairies, and they're shimmery, their wings are shimmery. And then that's the center of the signature, so it has, maybe this is a better way to try and show you. You get that cute little mushroom charm bead, and then some beads. So those hang out the bottom of each signature. It's chapter 3. Some more sari silk. Then this is a pocket, and it has another royal ball invitation and an altered library card. Some more fussy cut mushrooms. There's one of the tags from the kit in this pocket. This is another altered envelope like the ones in the last journal. I'm not going to show you the inside of it because it's just literally, you can see it through the window. This one says the princess, the prime minister, and the giant. That's this story. Some more fussy cut mushrooms. More collaging. Crown with a little bling on it. This little bird with a crown. This one says Storybook. Chapter 4. Here's a big collage on the back of this page, and it says princess, and then here's prince. And that one is actually, there's this cool castle back here that's got some sparkle on it as well. And this paper, this blue, is this bright, gorgeous embossing, and this cerulean blue. This is Jack and the Beanstalk, Chapter 5. Mushrooms and Butterflies. I don't know why, maybe I just kind of decided that mushrooms and butterflies say Storybook. Woods to me. Here's a big, I did some tearing out of my kit and layered it and put it behind this belly band. This is a notebook, layered notebook. So you can journal. And then there is a pocket, and it's got a whole bunch of little stuff in there and some mushrooms on the bottom. On the back, these are all sewn on, kind of around and around. And that flips open. Oh, there, you can see how they're sewn on. Make sure I'm best in frame as I can be. Chapter 6. It's a big jewel on that crown. Here is an envelope from the kit. I don't believe there's anything in the envelopes in this book because it was getting chunky. So you got to save space where you can. This is one of the trims that I had already used, but before I did, I copied them and I made them into printables. So that's one of the, it's free on my Facebook page if you're interested. I just copied a few of the trims that I got from Dust Fairies, but you should definitely check Dust Fairies out if you want your own trims. I love these big mushroom fussy cuts. Like, I love when they're oversized because I think it's just extra whimsical or something, I don't know. More of the copies of the trim. That's the negative of when I die cut things. Now we're on chapter 7. That says adventure, and there's some more of that moss. All right, sorry about that. My phone, or not my phone, my video camera just ran out of memory, and so I had to quick download the file and clear it off because, you know, the chip can only hold so much. And this is a long flip through. Hope you're enjoying your popcorn and tea or whatever you got yourself. I think this is where I stopped, was this page. This one here is a flip out. It's got another one of the royal invitations and a tag from the kit inside that little pocket. This is another big bag that I stenciled, and it has a big tag in there. All right, we're almost done, guys. That says Enchanted, and it's got a bunch of more layering lyrics, Sorry Silk on there. Another cluster, some sorry, more mushrooms. This belly band says Fairy Tale, and behind it is the tag, and it says Once Upon a Time. And that is the end of this signature and the beginning of the last signature, chapter 9. And this is a big belly band, and it's the offcut. It's the like the negatives, the offcut of all of when I was punching die cuts out. So these are all the die cuts, and then I put a little bit of glossy accents in the middle of that one just to highlight it. And then there are some mushrooms over it, and I made it into a belly band. I glued it on some paper. It was kind of cool. I just liked the way it looked. All right, so chapter 9. So like there, all of these when I was cutting them out, it's kind of cool. Some more of that gorgeous, like kind of fuchsia purple with gold. It's stunning. So the page, look at that cute little birdie on the branch from the fairy tale book, and one of the cards. Red Riding Hood. More clusters with some of that gorgeous red paper that has gold print embossing on it. And then you can see how I've embossed the images kind of. Here is a big notebook with a variety of papers. Some butterflies, chapter 10. Some more cluster. Then this is one of the envelopes. Here's a little half page with, these are little storybooks. And I've turned them into pockets as well, so they have file folders in them that I've done some collaging on. Masking paper. I love the sound the masking paper makes. Here's chapter 11. Some more. This is another one of those envelopes that's got journaling cards inside. This one says forest and has all kinds of goodies up there. That whole corner. All of the collages are backed with storybook pages. Big mushroom. This is a page that I ripped out of the kit, and it opens up to some journaling space. It's got a little mushroom hiding behind it. There's another cluster right there. Some paper that I ripped off. And this one says happily ever after. This is a little file folder here that opens up for some journaling space. A couple of the books that I actually put some papers in these, behind these pockets, long skinny pockets. I kind of think that these look like shelves, like the books are maybe on shelves. That's how it looks to me. And there's my Maker's Mark, Musings by Nikki, chapter 12. And here is the back of the book. A big collage that says the end, and that crown's got all kinds of little baubles on it there, and some trims, and then some golden crowns back there, and a big page from a storybook, and another altered library card. And then on the back is a big collage, and it's got crowns, got some little bling on it, and it's all backed with some, this is a page that I ripped out of one of the kit. Then I put some trim on it and butterflies and some fussy cut mushrooms and backed it all with cheesecloth, and there you go. The back, book corners, and that's it. That's that one. So the one advantage that I had of my camera dying, well, it didn't die, it just ran out of memory, was that I was able to check my phone was blinking, and I noticed that my custom order said that yes, she would be able to watch the video and let me know which one she wants, if she wants one of them. And so, whoa, there goes one of my little spongies. Way up there. Oh my gosh, and now here comes one of my daubers. Can you tell that's where I keep my inks? Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, here they are, guys. This is probably a super long video. So because she's going to be able to watch it today, I'm going to upload these these to my shop tomorrow, Wednesday at 10 a.m. So I'm going to put that date and the time in the description box below so that you know when you can look for the other two of these in my shop. Thank you guys so much for watching with me today. Hopefully I'll be back in the next couple of days with some more craft along stuff. Now I'm going to transition to something totally different and work on some design team projects for Artsology and Tracy. So thanks guys for sticking with me through this super uber long video. Thanks for watching my labors of love. Comment down below, tell me how you're doing, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whatever time it is, wherever it is on this wonderful planet that you live, and I will see you guys again very soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.